Hey guys, I'm 2B and I'm here with SwankyBox to kick off a new series called An Ode to Our Childhood. This series will essentially revisit the games that we played growing up and will touch on what they meant to us. To a lot of us, games were more than just something that we sat down and played. My brothers and I, we lived in the middle of nowhere. And our closest neighbors were just fields of corn. But games, they offered us an escape to new experiences and amazing worlds. They were a direct reflection of who we were and influenced who we are today. I want to take a trip back in time and rekindle those flames from those moments. Now, there's no better way to do that than to start off with Mario. In today's video, we're going to cover the top 10 most wistful Mario songs. Oh my god, what's wistful mean? Oh. The vast amount of Mario games that came out during our childhood had plenty of thought-provoking music tracks. My brothers and I took a trip down memory lane and compiled the most memorable of them in this video. The catch is that all these songs are from before 2007. By this point, most of us were already transitioning to adults, but we will always remain kids at heart. Without further ado, let's kick off the list. There's no party like a Mario Party. The Mario Party games were a great source of enjoyment for my brothers and I. I would often listen to this track and remember all the stupid scenarios we would come up with for playing Mario Party. It was honestly embarrassing. But by embarrassing, I mean totally awesome. Mario was deemed the scum of the earth, and his M on his hat stood for Muckhead. Muckhead was the bane of all the other characters and spread dirt and filth throughout the land. Lysol Head and Dr. Clean Yosh, aka Luigi and Yoshi, stood up to the test of stopping Muckhead and his diabolical ways. In short, this meant my older brother and I would team up with my younger brother, and this would give us an excuse to do so. Shenanigans aside, this track hints back to a sense of accomplishment for finishing the game. It definitely brings peace of mind, but leaves you with a slight sense of longing for the past. Because of that, Mario Party 2's credit song takes our number 10 spot. Long before understanding the rules of golf, Mario Golf landed at our household and we all set out for a game of links. Due to this being before the era of Waluigi, Harry was my player of choice. While this game was fun, it didn't hold our attention for long compared to other games. However, upon syncing up Mario Golf for Game Boy Color, we stumbled upon the track that would later make our number 9 spot for this video. The Mario Golf Staff Roll is another one of those great songs that take you back yonder. While my brothers and I rarely played as Peach in any multiplayer Mario game, well, except Melee, cause down smash, Peach did make her mark with Super Princess Peach. Throughout the game, Peach's parasol, Perry, had several flashback scenes that revealed Perry's past and how he came to be. One of the songs in particular, Perry's Dream, makes its way to our number 8 spot on this list. What's more wistful than trying to discover your own past? This melody captures that moment precisely. Super Mario World was the very first Mario game that I ever played. I remember during this time my mother would always impress us with her ability to draw Mario, and we always begged her to do so. She was good at the game too, so we looked up to her in that aspect as well. Super Mario World was one hell of an adventure, from the Donut Plains to the Star Road, and all the secrets in between. To top off such a grand adventure, you of course have to have a nostalgic credit song to make you think about all of your accomplishments. I remember always wondering what the torpedo releasing hands were that were in the credits, and I didn't uncover their whereabouts until about a decade and a half later. Torpedo Ted was their name, and I felt like I solved one of my life's mysteries when I went back and finally played their level. This track would always give me goosebumps when I would listen to it, honestly. Super Mario RPG was a very important game for my childhood. I remember wanting it for Christmas so bad, and I was super sad when I didn't find it under the tree. The silly thing is that my dog had kicked it under the couch, so all my despair was for nothing. And it soon turned to uncontrolled happiness. At this point in my life, I had no idea what was in store for me within this game. The Starlight's flower reflects my childhood bliss perfectly. The song itself bestows bewilderment. The whole level of Star Hill is full of the hopes, dreams, and wishes of the world. From the wish of wanting to start a family to being a better athlete. Mario is given the opportunity to see the wishes of a lot of people. This area has always remained in my memory and will continue to stay there for a long time. As a child, the idea of calling something the Lost Levels really got me thinking. How did they lose them? Why weren't they in the game before? Obviously, I couldn't ask anyone about them, so they remained special to me for a long time because it felt exclusive. I would always sit at the title screen and listen to the song, especially at night. It was very peaceful, but it always made me stop and think about which of the Mario games I wanted to play in Super Mario All-Stars. Listening to it now, I can recall that moment perfectly. I remember the Lost Levels being super painfully difficult compared to the other games, and although I really loved this track, it was very easy for me to sway myself from playing it because I knew I was just going to lose. Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door held a grand story within a small disc. The introductory song for the game tells the legend of a prosperous town whose world was enveloped in darkness as the town sank into the depths of the earth. Within its ruins laid a grand treasure. By the end of the story, I was already hooked. While the story was simple in nature, the music did all the storytelling I needed, and earned this track a number 4 slot on this list. This next track holds a firm grasp on the hearts of many Mario fans. Many times I would just sit aboard the ship or on the beach and just listen to this track and ponder. While I find the level Jolly Roger's Bay more appropriate for the music, the stage Dire Dire Docks is where it gets its name from. When I think of Mario 64, this is the song that immediately comes to mind. This song will forever be engraved in my soul, and I know that may sound silly, but it is absolutely true. From the piano covers to the multitude of remixes, I can't simply get enough of it. It takes me back to simpler times in my life where all I had to worry about was being a kid and exploring the land of Mario. And the sense of freedom and wonder only strengthened throughout my childhood as I grew up. Top 2 tracks on this list were debated back and forth a lot, but both absolutely deserve the top spots on this list. A Walk on a Rainbow is nothing short of amazing. If this song can't make you think of your childhood or how you got to where you are today, you probably were somehow born in your teens. Just sit back, relax, and let the music take you on a journey. Tetris Attack was a highly played game for my brothers and I since we could go head to head against each other. All the stages in the game have amazing music, but A Walk on the Rainbow is truly the icing on the cake. The song plays after completing the game and defeating all the enemies that threaten Yoshi and his friends. It has a great thought-provoking name too, and it's almost as thought-provoking as our number 1 track for the most Wistful Mario songs. A truly astounding piece. The feeling I got when I heard this song after finally beating Smithy is something that's very difficult to replicate. Gino was my favorite character in the game, as a lot of other people would agree. I was only 6 when I got this game, and it was my first grand adventure. Having that adventure come to a close was simply overwhelming, and this song only amplified that. Watching Smithy dissolve away from the castle and bringing the Star Road back to life was honestly my greatest achievement at the time. I mean, a mere child had just saved the entire world from being overrun by mass-produced weapons. I felt pretty cool. When I listen to this song, I go back and I remember exactly how it was. Music is a very powerful thing, and anytime I want to go back a couple decades, all I have to do is play this track. Well everyone, that wraps up our top 10 most wistful Mario songs. I hope these tracks were as memorable for you as they were for me and my brothers. They are all truly great at enabling memories and letting you reflect on the past. Please let us know your thoughts in the comments below if you enjoyed our take on these Mario melodies. I think it's really cool that songs from video games can become so engraved in people and that a simple music track can take them back in time. We'll be releasing more videos in the future, so if you like what you saw, give us a thumbs up and please subscribe. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch our video today, and until next time, cheers.